What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. Down the left side here, we have Fire King, Sinful Spoils. On the right side, we have Kashtira. Both decks are very powerful this upcoming meta. We are going to be seeing Kashtira Unicorn being back at 3. Before we dive into the like, comment, subscribe, post the channel a lot. We're on the road to 5K here. Looking for your guys' support. It costs absolutely nothing. We're going to be diving on in here with the Kashtira player. Going to be going first by summoning out a copy of Unicorn there because he can controls no monsters. Therefore, you can put summon it out. Then we can activate the effect, searching for a spell from the deck, going either for that Theosis or the copy of Birth, depending on what they have in the hand, which can give them to another copy of the Fenrir, which is a very powerful monster. A lot of this deck kind of is like True Draco, if you guys have been around for that little long time. It will be like having the access to like banish the extra deck cards, banish from the main, I guess, zones if you really want to. We're going to see them search for the Theosis, activating the Theosis here. If we had an Ash, this would be a perfect target to hit them with Ash. And so we're going to see them going for a Fenrir line. This is going to be able to let us search for a monster, the Kashtira from the deck here. So going for a copy of most likely the Rise Heart, which can then summon himself out, as well as, banish a Kashtira card from the deck there and make it a level 7, as well as banish 3 cards from our opponent's deck face down, which is very nice. We are going to be seeing Pot of Prosperity being activated here, banishing the 6 cards from their extra deck. And they do not have a Rise Heart anymore, so they don't need to go for any of that attaching foolishness. And we do see a Rise, a Imperm, a copy of Ogre, Planet, Terraforming, as well as another copy of Unicorn here. Searching for that Imperm there. We are going to see them Pressure Planet going to be activated there, which will let them search for a copy of Ogre. And we see them go for a copy of the Shangira, which is going to be able to start locking some zones when you're able to activate the effects, which we're going to be seeing the Rise Heart going to be banishing a Birth from the deck, which is then going to banish 3 cards from our opponent. Shangira is going to be locking a zone here, locking the under the EMZ. If we can get to the possibility of locking like 4 zones, monster zones, that's quite good for us. Then we're going to see Scareclaw Kashtira going to be banishing to then summon itself out. And then we're going to see a Nib being dropped here. This is quite good for us, for the Fire King player. For the Kashtira player, it's not that good. We will have the Birth that can then special summon out a monster from the banished zone, as well as potentially normal summon as well if we wanted to. We do have a pretty big token, but do we have any other cards to be able to summon here? I guess we do have the copy of Ogre, and we are going to be Talancing, and unfortunately the glare is going to make it so that we cannot see those cards, but it is a Fire King deck. We got new lights at locals, and so like the glare for some of the cards are not the greatest. I'm just trying to figure out what I can do to resolve those problems. If you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comment section down below what I can do to kind of solve that issue. For some of the videos, it's fine when we use like the big overhead camera, but when I use like the ones on the side, which we're seeing right here, it doesn't really do very much. I think it's because like the angle, perhaps. I'm not really sure, but we're going to see them put back, and then we're going to see Birth going to be activating something back out the Fenrir, which can deal with a bunch of the problems. Then we get the normal summon out the Ogre because we're using the effect of Birth. Once per turn, we can normal summon out a level 6 or higher without tributing. And then Birth can let us search for the trap if we wanted to, unless it's already in the hand. We're going to see them set one and pass. Maybe not playing the trap. Or they already have the trap there, and they added the Pressure Planet off of the Prosperity, perhaps. We're going to see a Sanctuary going to be activated there, which is going to let us place the Fire King Island onto the field. This will allow them to play through, I don't want to say play through the Fenrir, but can definitely play through a little bit, being able to pop from the deck and then searching them for the Kieran, and then Kieran can really deal with whatever Fenrir kind of wants to target. As well as like if Fenrir wants to banish the island face down, it won't resolve face down. So you're going to go battle phase and attack into the Fenrir, which definitely deals with the Fenrir problem right away. But if they don't have a way to get rid of that birth, it will be kind of problematic. During the main phase 2, we're going to see them activate the effect of Island, destroying the Garunics here, searching most likely for a copy of Kieran. Or the copy of Ponix, okay. And then I guess we can normal summon out the Ponix, activate its effects. We have gone through the Fire King Island here, so we're going to maybe go for the Skyburn, which we are going to be seeing them search for here. This can actually deal with the copy of the Birth here. We're going to be seeing them activate the effect of Ogre because a monster effect was activated. And they're going to see Ash, Garunix, Baron. So we're going to be destroying the Baron there. Or, yeah, banishing the Baron, not destroying it. But then we also had an Arvata. But maybe they're hoping that they only play one copy of Baron, so then they can destroy it. We're going to see Kieran get activated effects, destroying the copy of the Ponix, and then we're going to be summoning out the Garua from the graveyard, activating the effects of the Garua here, and then we can destroy... I mean, we have lost the copy of the... we have lost our copy of Baron. So we're going to destroy a Kieran. Kieran can then bring back out the Ponix from the graveyard. And then they're going to be picking up the Pressure Planet. Now that we have gotten rid of the copy of what's its name? Of the Shangura, it's not going to be a problem. But we're going to see the Kieran going to be also destroying the copy of Birth here. So now we just have to deal with that face down card, and we have multiple things that we can do to kind of handle this. We're going to see them link away into a copy of... We could go for Hita bring back. I feel like we probably would want to make the Garunix be the one who leaves the field, but that's just me. And there you go for the bringing back the copy of Shangura, okay. And then we can link away those for maybe an SP here. They're looking at Celine, but this is main phase 2, so definitely probably should not go for Celine. We could go for an SP, then SP banish the copy of, I mean, do we banish the token, or do we banish... Banishing the face down, okay. Which was a preparation, so we added the planet off of the whatever it's called, Prosperity there. So they're going to be drawing for turn, and we are, in a very bad position. They have a face down, which we know is the copy of Skyburn, and then we can destroy one card on the field with the Skyburn, targeting the Kieran, but then Kieran will also be able to trigger in the graveyard as well as the Garunix. So then we're going to be destroying an additional card on the field, which is pretty nice. So we're going to go into the battle phase, and then get hit with Skyburn. They're going to be targeting the Kieran as well as the copy of the Ogre. And then we're going to be seeing the effect of Kieran as well as the Garunix summon itself out, and then summoning out the Ponix. And then we can destroy additional card, which gives me the token most likely here. We also get to search off of the Ponix and destroy off the Garunix. Are we forgetting to destroy here? Search for another copy of Sanctuary, so maybe not playing the Circle. And then we're going to be destroying the Arvada here. And then Arvada is going to be summoning back out the Kieran there. Then we're going to be seeing the token attack into SP. Maybe we didn't want to banish. Maybe we don't want to pop the token so that they couldn't summon out another monster, maybe. that could be a possibility, They can only attack one thing, which is going to most likely be the SP, because they don't want to be banishing numerous stuff. So maybe you just leave the token onto the field so that they can't summon back out any of their monsters. Like, if they have a unicorn in the hand, they want to go main phase 2 and they summon out the token. They're pretty much forced to, like, we see now they're activating Prosperity, banishing 6. Like, they're pretty much forced to draw into a birth, or else they're not going to be able to play the game. But leaving that token, well, if they don't have the token, I guess they can go into like a Fenrir, or they can go into a unicorn, and that can give them multiple accesses, which we are going to be seeing going to be really, like, working for them. Losing that SP, which is quite fine, but you don't want to be giving Kashtira that monster. I guess we could have popped the Pressure Planet on the field, or Rice Off, whatever it's called. But it doesn't really matter in the end scheme of things, because we're moving on into game 2 now here. I am deciding I'm going to be starting to cut some of these long sliding patterns. A lot of times people don't need to really see it. Just cut down on the video as well. I ended up cutting like a minute of the video. So we're going to see them start off with a planet, which is as terraforming, searching for the planet here, which can then get us any of the copies of any Kashtira monsters. Now, this would have been a good time to hit with Duel and Lockbird, which is why Duel is going to be really this is not why Duel is going to be really relevant into the format, but one of the reasons why, essentially hitting the deck extremely well. We see them summon out the unicorn and then get hit with an Imperm here. They're going to be setting 3 cards and passing on this. So, not having the greatest, definitely needing that unicorn to go off here. We see them activate a Wanted in the draw phase, which let them search for a copy, and they do flip up an anti-spell. They do have priority in the draw phase to activate any of those quick effects, but in this case, we would have been able to see the Wanted being chained to the anti-spell there. But something cool about, or not cool, but something cool that we did see here is that anti-spell as well as summon limit did not get hit on the ban list. We ended up seeing cards like when I say anti-spell, I want to just talk about anti-spell. We see there can only be one, Rivalry, as well as Gozen, all being hit to 1 on the ban list. But we actually are seeing anti-spell and Gozen match, or not Gozen match, but the summon limit staying alive here. And I wonder if that's because Runic. We saw the Runic stun strategy going to be quite difficult, and they're like, oh, well, I can just imperm this, but they have to set it here for the following turn, and then, being able to negate it. Which then they have imperm, which is kind of difficult, and they're going to be seeing them set 2 cards here. And going to be maybe passing. We do have, we have some stuff we can do here. I do see the Garunics in the hand, which are going to be summoning the Black Witch as. Then we can activate the effect there, which can let us place the Origins face down. And then we are going to be seeing the Unicorn going to activate its effects here, going to be looking at the top, I guess not the top, but looking at the extra deck and ripping a card, ripping that SP Little Knight, not getting a chance to use that $100 card here in this matchup. That would be able to get rid of the copy of the anti-spell. And then we're going to see them pass turn on this with the Unicorn going to activate its effects here, and we are going to be hitting at them with the copy of the Imperm. Once again, it did shut them down last turn. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do anything here. And then we are going to be seeing them activate a Preparations, which can be banishing the card from the hand here, face down. Then we're going to see a normal summon of an Ash Blossom going into the copy of using the Unicorn as well as the Ash Blossom to go into a copy of Barone. Barone can then pop a card, which is going to be a Prosperity in the back row there. They're going to be attacking into the Diabell Star, and they're going to set an additional card and passing on this. This does look like it's Kashtira's game here. Going to be having lots of essentially a negate on field, Preparations, if they want to activate a trap. They have Origin, but they have to get another monster on the field, and they can just be negated with the Barone. We are going to see them activate. And they just scoop it up there, realizing it's not going to be enough. So we are going to be seeing Kashtira end up taking game 2, going on into game 3 here. We will most likely see Fire King going to be choosing to go first. This can be It's kind of hard because, like, when Kashtira can decide to go second, like, there was a build that Kashtira was just playing going second. They had these very powerful blowout cards, and then being able to summon it on a field like a copy of Unicorn or Fenrir. Dealing with whatever else you keep is quite problematic, but we're going to see they wanted going to be activated, but we have a shifter here, and like this is one of those very powerful going first and going second cards. Being able to punish the wanted as well as the Fire King strategy at all. Ponys cannot activate in the graveyard if it's not there. We're going to see a Fenrir going to be special summoned out, and this is quite good against the Kashtira strategy. Just one Fenrir can actually deal with the entire board, being able to pick apart those banishing or, when you want to banish something at that exact time. So we're going to see them activate the effect, searching for another copy of Fenrir. So when they do get rid of that Fenrir, or, they want to do the Diabel Star, not this turn, but the next turn, because of the fact that Shifter makes the half the send, they will have another free card, essentially, to be able to do it. We're just going to be passing turn on this, and they do have the Droll in the hand here, but they will not be able to activate it. Then we're going to see a Unicorn being summoned out here. We're going to activate a Theosis targeting the Unicorn, and this right here can actually play through the copy of Fenrir, making it so that we don't have to activate the effect right away, having a spell already in the hand, which is nice. We don't really want any of our Kashtira monsters banished face down. As well as, like, if we do get to activate now the effect of, if their opponent does activate the effect of Fenrir, the Kashtira player will be able to activate the effect of Unicorn and Fenrir in the next chain to be able to banish those cards, if they don't, of course, banish one of them. Which will be nice for them. The Kashtira player definitely does have a little bit that Theosis should be banished. It is under the Shifter as well. A lot of people do forget about that. We're going to see the Fenrir going to activate its effects, searching for a copy of Rise Heart here. And will we see a Fenrir in response to that? We're then going to activate the effect of Unicorn to be able to search for a copy of Birth. And then we're going to activate the Rise Heart, special summon himself out. This would be a perfect time to hit that card with the Fenrir there. We're going to activate the effect of the Rise Heart. I wonder if they're going to catch the Theosis supposed to be banished here, which is going to be banishing the Ogre. And then we banish the top three. They don't catch the Theosis still, which is wild to me. I wonder if it's going to be relevant here. We're going to be seeing the Fenrir going to activate its effects, banishing the other Fenrir face down here. And then we can activate the effect of the... Or not even activate Unicorn here. We're just going to be letting that go for some reason. Maybe wanting to do it on the battle step. And then we're going to be seeing the Birth going to be activating, summoning out the Ogre here. We are going second, so Ogre probably doesn't have any targets. And the targets could be also in the hand. I don't really know what that... Oh, now they're realizing. But the Theosis here. Maybe having Scareclaw Kashtira in the hand and then realizing, oh, I can't even banish anything. This should be in the banish zone. So we're going to go battle phase and attack into the Unicorn. They're going to activate the effect. They're going to get rid of the Hita, I believe. And they're going to attack with the copy of the Arise, as well as the Ogre. Ogre's going to be able to activate the effects, which is going to be revealing the top 5 cards from their deck. Which we see a Droll, Ash, Garunix. And they're going to get rid of a spell. Maybe that was Fire King Island. I'm not too sure. But they're going to be doing some damage here. Then they're going to go for a copy of the Shangira here, which you're going to be able to start banishing some of the stuff. You don't want to deal that extra damage. And we do set a card, and then passing here. Then during the standby phase, Shangira is going to be activating its effects. Going to be able to summon from the deck here We do see a Droll, which can now finally resolve if they wanted it to. Not right now, but during the following up turn, no Shifter, as well as no Arise Heart even going to be able to summon himself out. But going for that Fenrir, which is quite nice for us. And then we see the Diabellstar going to be sending a Droll and Lockbird here. This is insane to me, wanting to send the Droll and not summoning out Fenrir in the first here. And then we're going to be seeing the Origin's going to be placing itself face down. Maybe they don't want the Fenrir on their field, or they just don't think it's going to be important. Or they want to play around a Nibiru as well. That possibility is quite there. Then we're going to see Fenrir going to be banishing the Diabellstar face down. And this is maybe when we summon out the copy of Fenrir. Maybe it was like a little bit of a bait. And of course, we're going to be seeing Shangri-La going to be locking a zone. We do summon out a Fenrir in defense position here. And that's going to be activating its effects. Is that searching for a Rise Heart? Or maybe another copy of Kashtira Fenrir here. We're going to see them activate a Sanctuary, which can then place the Fire King Island onto the field. Very nice card, being almost to overlay, quick overlay with the level 8s. I hope we get a level 4, to be honest, so that we can do that with the level 4s as well. That'd be quite nice. Maybe it having a little bit worse effect. Being like potentially a just pop 1 card on the field or something else. Maybe popping all the spells and traps on the field could be actually really nice, because we do see like Ring Valley being a level 4 spell and trap negate. So we're going to be seeing them destroy the Baron and search here. I think they search for a Garua, maybe? Or Garunix. I keep saying Garua. We do have a Rise Heart here, which is interesting. We're going to be seeing the Origin's going to be sending the copy of Sanctuary to summon out the Ponx. Ponx will then activate its effects. And that's going to be able to search us for a Skyburn here. And we do see that copy of Imperm being used, which was interesting there. Then we're going to go see Skyburn going to be destroying. Does Skyburn target spells and traps? No, it can't target spells and traps. I'm going to say that's crazy. I'm not targeting them Fire King monsters you control. Okay, yeah. So we're going to be seeing them destroying the Birth here. We can go battle phase, attack into the Fenrir. And maybe we should have put that other Fenrir in attack so that we could attack into the copy of Shangri-La and banish it face down would have been pretty nice. Or even the copy of Ogre, getting rid of it permanently here. Having to deal with that Shangri-La during the stand-by phase. I should say stand-up phase. What am I saying? Standby phase is going to be quite problematic. Making them be able to go for another copy of Unicorn or a Kashtira Fenrir once again. But Unicorn will be able to let them summon out, or I guess search for a copy of Birth here. And then we're going to be activating the effect of Fenrir to banish it face down. I think maybe we should have banished the copy of Unicorn, personally myself, but we're going to see the Unicorn going to be searching for the copy of Theosis. And then, of course, during the standby phase, we're going to be able to add back the Ponix there. They got a little bit ahead of themselves. I don't think we have a Kieran access either here. We should have the Baron that got destroyed off the island here. We are going to be seeing the Birth going to be activated here. They had it in the hand already. Going to be summoning out that Fenrir from the Banished. And then they can activate the effect, searching for a copy of a Rise Heart or the Scareclaw Kashtira, depending on which they need in this scenario. Going for the Rise Heart. Yeah, and we're noticing that the Zone Lock is now gone. They're going to be reading the Skyburn because they are going to be getting hit with Droll here. But this is a little bit too late. They kind of forgot it on the Unicorn. It was activated a little bit before the main phase there. We're going to be then seeing the Fenrir going to be banishing it face down. The Runix as well as the Ogre going to be activating its effects. And we do see a copy of the of the summon limit here. And we also see them banish face down. And then they're just going to go right for game here because they know they have enough. And then we're going to be seeing the Kashtira player end up taking it there. I think that we may have seen a little bit of misplay, you know, not switching off that Baron. But the Kashtira player definitely had the advantage in the long run. Having that Birth in the hand as well as also having, you know, that Fender going to be able to summon himself out. Searching for the Ogre, but just having Birth already, or the Ogre as a target for the Theosis there. But just having the Birth already in hand is absolutely amazing. I'm amazed that card's still at 3, to be honest. Regardless, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I want to see more content like this. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace.